Hello my dear friend, I wish you wisdom. First of all, it's the end of the year and I wanted to thank you so much for watching my videos. When I first started, I seriously thought that I will make these videos in order to summarize for myself what I've learned over the years and what I continue to learn through my daily practice and reading. So I'm really grateful having you all here. Wish you the best in life and a marvelous new year, and again a big thank you. You see, I was working on another video for the self-mastery series, but a friend of ours asked how to increase faith. And because I trust my intuition, I will make a video on it. How to build up faith. What's the answer? Think about it. What is faith? Faith is complete trust and confidence in something. You cannot build faith if you don't practice daily work at yourself. You will be put down in each minute that you try to implant a positive affirmation in your mind, or you try a visualization technique to reach your goal. Many of us try to look into the occult or self-development classes for a quick fix for our problems. At least that's what I did. I made all these excuses for my mistakes, and I blamed the situation that I had at home, that I didn't see true love because of my relatives, and so on. And you know what? That's bullshit. A pile of bullshit that I built around me, and it felt comfortable to blame things on that stuff because I didn't have to move a finger. I just had to blame and to excuse myself because of my experience. And I didn't manifest the thing because I didn't make the decision to change and I was in a familiar spot. Then I decided to do something eventually, and I moved away from that situation to a new home. But you know what? Although I had an incredible man around me, because I just tried to bury underneath the past, underneath my feet, and to try not to think about it, I was happy a week, and then the next I was down again, because all I had in my mind was this fight between happiness, anger and frustration. Then one day I decided to place a calendar on my fridge. I still have it today as a reminder. And on it I write down, start to be awesome. You must learn to cleanse your past, starting today. Put down on a piece of paper every man or woman that you slept around with, that broke your heart, everything that you've experienced as a child, any abuse, any anger that you had in the past. Cry your heart out if necessary. Place it all on that piece of paper. You must get it all out. And believe me, because I've been there, you have some attachment to that past because it was familiar to you. You kept so long in your mind anger, fear, sorrow, frustration, stress. It was comfortable, and to get rid of it is like taking goodbye of someone you loved. At least that I felt when I was doing it. But get it all out. Then burn that shit to the ground and then get over it. You may say, oh my God, I've been abused. Yeah, I understand, but get over it. If you have mud in yourself, you cannot build faith. Now, what I've experienced after is that some may say that these are entities that will whisper things to you. Yeah, that may be the case. I'm still new to this occult stuff and magic. And although I experienced many things in the past, now by practice I started to understand what these men out there are talking about. I've read a lot, I know a lot, but not enough. But I have read many piles of books to understand that the devil will not appear from a bush and it's red, and that stupid thing. It's just a thought form. And now I understand that if you just read books about self-development or esoteric teachings, they will be just knowledge. The real deal is when you start to practice. But what I've observed, for example, at my job or here on YouTube, on social media, people just watch. If you want to change something in your life, practice, my friend, is the key to success. The most important element of all is to meditate. At first, you may start just by taking half an hour daily to sit in a quiet place and to try to eliminate all thoughts. And if you see that your mind jumps around, you just have to bring it back and try to clear it again. But you must do this every single day. It's not something that you do once or twice. When I want things to stick to me, I just place a calendar on my fridge and make a dot on each day that I did that meditating process. It takes at least a month to make a habit. You can try to eliminate thought when you are doing stuff around the house, or when you wash the dishes, or when you take a bath. At all times, you must try to eliminate that clutter. Also, start to have a diary that is dedicated to plan on which direction you want to go with your life, and the dream diary that's dedicated to the subconscious mind. Write down your dreams. I started to write down my dreams a while ago. At first, it was hard to remember them, but as I continued to write them down every day, I noticed that it was easier and easier to remember them in the morning. Also, by writing them down, it induces lucid dreaming. That happened to me, I don't know, maybe after a month after I started to write my dreams down. I became conscious that I was dreaming in the dream, and that was fabulous because I started to search while in the dream to see what do I have to work on. I asked questions and answers came out of nowhere. By day, you dedicate to improve yourself. Maybe you try to read a positive affirmation, maybe you listen to audio tapes, and by writing your dreams down, although they may appear silly, you'll notice patterns and things that are still unhealed from the past, things that you need to work on. Also, I must say that I don't believe in dream dictionaries. We as individuals are so diverse that dictionary for dreams, I believe, is just a small container of information. Analyze by yourself your dreams and see how things are inside. But if you don't meditate or clear your mind, and you have to be consciously vigilant and continuously vigilant about the things that are going on in your mind, because otherwise you can fall again into the same space of anger, fear, and so on. From that spot of clear mind, quiet mind, you have a clear canvas on which you can start to visualize, to create your desires, to construct in your mind. Many people complain that they can't visualize, that they, if they start to do this practice, they only see black. Well, have you ever stopped just to take a walk outside and to look at the clouds, the color of the sky? Have you ever stopped in a park to look at a tree, to see all the veins that a leaf has, the texture of the grass, to touch it, to smell it? No wonder that you cannot visualize when you don't have watched the life that is around you. How can you build up a home if you don't have any materials to work with? It's the same thing with smell. A while back I did reviews on perfumes. High-end, cheap, you name it. I am able to describe the notes from a perfume. But in order to reach that state, I had to train my nose to smell each time I cooked a meal, the spices, to taste them. I had to train my nose. I smelled different things to be able to describe a perfume. And that, I must say, it's a strong element that I add to my visualization, because I train myself really well to memorize smells. It's the same thing in anything, and with faith. You must practice and train yourself. But you know what? What is the key to build up faith is to become an expert at yourself. To know what you can do, what skills do you have. You must be an expert at yourself, inside, outside. You must destroy stupid belief system, judging, gossiping. Try this exercise today. Go in the bathroom, watch yourself in the mirror, and say to yourself, I look damn good today, and whoever comes near me, they will be so blessed. If you feel that it's resistance there, well, time to take a bath and to kiss yourself, to kiss your hands, to give some thanks to your body, because it's your precious temple, to start to fall in love with yourself. You maybe believe in God's source, the divine, Allah, whatever name you call it. If you have a problem, a burning desire that needs a solution, go in a quiet place, eliminate all the mundane thoughts out of your mind, and speak to Him. Google or a book doesn't have all the answers for your problems. We are used to speak with our parents, friends, like they are some sort of superhuman that will give you all the answers. No, my friend, retire in silence, speak to God, ask Him for solutions to your problems. Now, regarding to manifestation. Let me give you the following example. Let's say you are a teenager and you are 17 years old and you ask for a car, but you can't drive the car because you'll get your driving license at 18 years old. Now let's say that your father tells you that the car is yours already, but you see you cannot drive because you still have to wait 1 year. So practically it's done, okay? But because you are super frustrated, angry, you have a stinky attitude, ungrateful, you may be surprised that your father sold the car before you got 18 years old. The only thing that you gotta do in that 1 year of waiting was to prepare yourself for that license exam and to be grateful, to give thanks, to be joyful that you have the car. It is already done in your mind's plane. Here's another example that you can do in order to build up faith and to understand faith. Grab yourself some flower seeds, some dirt, and 2 flower pots. Plant some seeds into the flower pot number 1. Give water to it, then plant some more seeds to the flower pot number 2 and do the same thing. Just make sure that you give water to the flower pot number 1 once a day, and do the same thing to the flower pot number 2, but make sure to dig in the dirt to see if something is growing in there. What will this experiment will show you is that the flower that you planted in the pot number 1, because you trusted that from that seed will grow a flower, and you took care of it with discipline, it will be a marvelous flower one day. But from flower pot number 2, because you just are digging every day to see if that seed somehow have done something in there, to see if it's something growing in there, nothing will shine through that dirt, because you are keep digging the seed that you just planted. When you plant a seed in the earth, fellow friend, you cannot see it after you just planted it. You just have to give water to it, maybe to speak to it from time to time, to tell it that will become a beautiful flower in the spring. This is pretty similar to the mind plane. You see, you plant seeds, and because you plant the seed, you don't have to start to dig in the earth to bring back the seed to the surface again to see if it's there. That's stupid. That's a stupid thing to do. So I hope you got what I'm saying here. Also, I must say that I was working on a magical motto, so to say. And I thought to myself, why to change a thing that was brought to me? My name is Nico, by the way, and that means victory to the people. And that's powerful to know what your name means, because it's a motto of yourself. And many will not agree with the Bible, but it says something like this: you live to fulfill your name. You should start looking at every aspect of yourself, friend. See what your name is. I repeat, you must be an expert at yourself, up and down, inside, outside, or all around. That's the only way to build up the strong and mighty faith. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a great day.